Ciao, jewelry making friends. My name is Joey Balistreri, for those of you who are new to my channel. And it's the most exciting day of the month because my bargain bead box arrived at lunchtime today. And this month's theme is called Budding Romance. So I just want to give you a heads up. If you have not received your box yet, and you don't want the surprise to be spoiled, then don't watch any further. So I just want to say that. And if you have not subscribed to the Bargain Bead Box and are not familiar with this, this is a monthly subscription box, very reasonably priced. And along with the subscription box on your insert every month, there is a code which is good for 30% off of the sister website, Beadbox Bargains. And you can use it over and over again as many times as you want during the month to get 30% off any other beads that are on the website. And that is just a fabulous deal. It is a very wonderful, jam-packed website for jewelry makers. I am so excited about it because it is in my favorite colors. I've already unboxed everything, and I tend to do an expedited unboxing and give you an overview of the box each month because a few videos back I sort of polled my regular viewers, and they all agreed almost unanimously that they wanted an expedited unboxing, a quick overview, and jump right into a project. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. As I was unboxing this, I already had a fabulous idea in my head. It's actually something that I was kind of sketching in my sketchbook, and these beads will lend themselves just beautifully to the design. So we have a mixture of the raspberry and burgundy and in pinks and lavenders and gold. So like all my favorite things are in this box, and I am just beyond thrilled as I was unboxing. It was just it's an exciting curated mix for me. So this is going to include some deep burgundy quartz, some Malaysia jade. It's got gold findings, and it has a very romantic palette. Now, in case you don't know, Lauren, the founder of Bargain Bead Box and Beadbox Bargains, the sister website, she has recently launched a YouTube channel for the company. And so you might want to check that out because she's giving some little insights into special things that are on the website and any information about the boxes. And she's even done some designs with last month's box that are really fun to watch. So that might be interesting to you. But in this month, they had an issue with the dyeing process for one of the strands of beads, and it did not come out the way that they wanted. It was supposed to be an accent color like these crystal beads, and instead it turned out to be this color. And she went ahead and gave it to us as if we're already subscribed to the box. So this is the 8mm Malaysia jade, which is the trade name, the industry name for dyed quartz. And this is really amazing. So this is kind of a little bonus strand. But I have to tell you, I mean, she, on her channel, she said that this was an accident. This was kind of a mistake in the dyeing process. But I have to tell you, we got some beautiful charms in this month's box, and it is a wonderful accident to my eye because I think that is absolutely beautiful. We got these sweet little leaf charms, and they match perfectly. So this is kind of thrilling. If you're already subscribed to the box, this is just wonderful. If you are not subscribed to the box, I highly recommend this box. It is amazing. I don't even know how she is able to give us what she gives us every month for the price. We just get so many gemstones, crystals. The quality is amazing. The quality of the metals is amazing. So I highly recommend it. And like this month's subscribers got a little bonus, but every month it's so great. So let me quickly go through. They've had these little roses on their website for a long time, but we got those in the box along with those other charms. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am just dying over this little chandelier component. I don't know if you're able to see, but look how dimensional it is. Not only does it have this really delicate filigree work and all of the little connections at the bottom, this is articulated with jump rings, and this is just absolutely stunning. This is definitely something that I will buy another one of. If I usually get an email when the box extras go up for sale, and this is something I will definitely be getting another one of. I am also crazy in love with these tiny little gold-plated brass and cubic zirconia drops. They have like an ombre cubic zirconia going from the clear to the pale pink to that dark like raspberry pink. And so if you've been around my channel at all, you know that one of my little jewelry maker's tricks is to keep a high quality pair of gold filled ear wires in your jewelry wardrobe that are interchangeable. And so like you can make your drops and change them out. So like this is one earring that I did from one of last month's boxes, and this is another one that I did, and I just do my simple loops or my wrapped loops at the top and just easily interchange those. And so in this box, this will be no exception. I am going to make a little pair of earrings out of these drops, and we got so many fabulous things that I could add to it. These are those jade dyed quartz faceted rondelle beads, and I absolutely love those. They are a beautiful size. I love the faceting. So that could go. We also got an amazing 15-inch strand of 3mm garnet that are micro faceted. That could also be really beautiful with a little pair of earrings. So I can tell you that if these become available, I will be getting extras of these too. And so that's just a little tip, a pair of gold filled ear wires with that interchangeable loop. And then as we get our beautiful subscription boxes, if we make drops of earrings, if we have leftover beads from necklace projects and we make a little pair of earrings, we don't need an ear wire every single time. We can just change them out with a nice high quality pair of gold filled ear wires. So some of you may have already heard that little trick of mine, but for those of you that are new, that's one of the things I love to do. And then we got 10mm Malaysia jade, which is also that dyed quartz, and these are faceted and they just feel amazing. And I am crazy in love with these. These are 8mm Malaysia jade dyed quartz, but these are rounds and they are not polished to a shine. They have this gorgeous matte finish. It's like a satin matte, and it just feels amazing against your skin. So I am totally thrilled. And then look at these rose quartz nuggets. They are tumbled and they are amazing. They're tumbled and polished, and they just little imperfect organic little nuggets. And you know, sometimes rose quartz can turn out to be really clear and not quite so pink, but look at the colors in this strand. It's amazing. And I have to say something, we got really long strands of beads in this box. This is 16 inches of these rose quartz nugget beads. This is 15 inches. This is 14 inches. These rondelles, we got 16 inches of these crystal rondelles. So like I said, I don't really know how Bargain Bead Box gives us what they give us for the price. Also this month, we got some scalloped bead caps, which are just lovely. They're just perfection. They add that beautiful little gold element in our work. And then look at these stunning little chandelier components. These are 18 karat gold plated brass filigree chandelier components. Definitely something that I would buy more of if they go for sale. I mean, at first glance, you think earrings would be beautiful with these, but I could also see using them for a very petite necklace, connecting the necklace up this way, and then doing something in the middle. I really think I need another set of these. They're just beautiful. And then look, we got matching that jade, that Malaysia jade, brass faceted teardrop pendant with the beautiful little gold frame, and it just matches every single bead so beautifully. So I think this is going to make its way into my first design that just popped right into my head. And this is definitely something I would also buy more of. Look at this beautiful little toggle clasp. This part has a little flower and like a little vine, and then the little toggle bar is a little flower. It's so gorgeous. And this also is the 18 karat gold plated brass. So it is just stunning. And beautifully, we got, let me get my little paper, it's a little sticky on the back. We got this 2.5 by 2 millimeter 18 karat gold plated chain, and it is stainless steel. So even though it's really petite and fine and delicate looking, it is stainless steel, and I think this is going to make its way into my first design as well. Like I said, this box really lended itself to a design that I had already been working on because I needed a little bit larger size beads for one side of the design. I needed some chain, and I actually needed some length as well. So I am super excited to start creating with this box. If you would like to subscribe to this box, I will put a link to the website below and my code so you can get a discount off of your first box. So consider doing that, because honestly, I just don't think I could live without getting my bargain bead box every month. I've been getting it for years, many years before I was even on YouTube. So let me clean up my mat and let's jump right in. So this is the little sketch that I did of my design in my little sketchbook, and I made my notes on it. And of course, with a design like this, where I have some links of chain and a ring and it's asymmetrical, when I start connecting, I may have to make some adjustments, and sometimes I even will do that after I put it on my little mannequin. But I have made a start because this is a very simple components and very simple stringing. This is totally a beginner project. So I started by making this little component with the teardrop at the bottom and just a simple loop on the top. And then I have taken a little strand of gold 7-strand, I meant to say a little length of gold 7-strand bead stringing material, and I simply created a pattern using the faceted quartz beads, the faceted lavender rondelles, using those little garnet micro faceted beads. I just love those, and they have incredible sparkle for being so small, and just created a little bead pattern. And on this end, I did a crimp and a crimp cover and just left my little loop there for connecting. Can you see? It's quite small. I wanted it small because it's on the front of the necklace. And so I didn't finish out this side. And I did do this off camera because, you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that sometimes I like to sit for 10-15 minutes and just kind of play around with my bead pattern, which is what I did here. But it's quite simple and quite repetitive. So I started with this as my pattern, and then I decided to thread my chain, my lengths of chain. Let me separate it so you can see. In fact, let me do something even better. Let me lay it down and zoom in so that it's laying the way it kind of will hang on the neck. So let me just zoom in so you can see the pattern. So I have just repetitively strung this pattern, and in between the bottom 3 sets of the micro-faceted garnets, I just strung my chain right onto the wire. No jump ring, nothing. And then repeated the pattern, and then in between those 2 micro-faceted crystals, garnets, I put the chain on, and it is that simple. And then I put all 3 of these chains on a jump ring, and then I added another ring to this solid decorative ring. And this is really the only thing that I pulled from my stash, except for a lobster claw clasp and a jump ring for it to hook into. I love the beautiful toggle clasp that came in the box, but I just think it's too beautiful to just go on the back of a necklace. So I'm going to save that for my next project. And then the only thing that I am not sure of with this design is the orientation of my rings. So when I'm all finished connecting, that's a really easy adjustment to make. So I also on this side just kind of created 2 little components just to continue with my asymmetrical theme that I have going. And I used 2 of those little rose spacer beads. So one is on the drop, and then one appears up here on this other side of the necklace. So let me zoom back out, and let's connect everything and finish this off together. So I really needed this little bit of weight on the bottom. So let me just I don't have this end clamped off, so I need to be really careful. It's a little bit dangerous to work like that, but I'm just going to slip I did simple loops, and I'm just slipped my simple loop right onto the loop that I made on the bottom of that little strand. And I'm just going to get in there with my pliers and close it up. You can open and close your pliers a little bit on your loops to work harden them. And then I'm going to crimp this off on this end, trying to get it as close to the loop as I can on this side. So let me grab a little crimp tube, just using a gold crimp tube, and I'm just going to make a little loop. Now at this point, there's going to be chain that goes around the back of the neck, and I have my 18-inch length of chain here. And at this point, if you wanted to, you could feed this chain right on to this loop. You could totally do that. I like the way it looks, but I think that I'm going to do a jump ring just because if I ever want to change out the chain, or if I want to change anything about it with a jump ring, I don't have to restring or cut this away. So that would look really nice, and it is an option, but I think I am just going to make a loop. I did find that my bead stringing wire will not feed back down through the garnets, so I'm just going to have to trim away as close as I can. And I do not want this to be rigid, even though this is just one small length of beads. I do not want it to be rigid. I want my chains are strung right in between those beads, and I want them to move a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of give this a bend, just like we do if we're making a bracelet or anything else. Just, you know, rigidity in jewelry is rarely a good thing. So I'm just going to try to get this loop the same as the other side. I find it helpful to put my plier in the loop, and then I can pull a little bit, and you know, it just gives me a little bit of leverage. Okay, before I crimp, I just want to make sure that I don't have any gaps, and it feels really good, nice and loose, and my chains are swinging freely. So just want to do that. And then it's really good if your wires are not crossed when you crimp. It's a little bit challenging on this end where you have the beads, but I think that I actually have it. Can you see? And so I'm just going to put that crimp tube in the back notch of my crimping plier and just fold that little crimp tube, and then I'm going to come this way and continue, just fold it in half the other way. And now I can trim away as close as possible, and I got a really, really nice crimp. And then I'm going to finish it off with the little gold crimp cover. Just fit it right over that fold. Make sure it's in there really well, and then really gently close it. I start off by being really gentle, and now it's in place, and then just kind of maneuver from side to side and make that into a pretty little bead. Okay, beautiful. Okay, now it is really a simple matter of adding on the chain. I cut an 18-inch length. Just take a little scrap of wire and find the middle of my chain, almost the middle. Let's see, that looks perfect. And so right there is where I will make my cut for my clasp. This is such beautiful, strong stainless steel chain. I love it. I just paused the camera before I attach my chain to the back, just to put this on my mannequin and see how everything was hanging, and I was really happy with the chains here. The only thing is I felt like I needed to add a jump ring to the bottom to my pendant, and it started to hang much better. So I'm just going to attach my 2 lengths of chain that I cut in half to the back, and I am going to use a jump ring on this side where I made my loop, and on the other side it's a simple loop, so I can just open it and attach the chain. And then the last thing I do before I go try this on and take some pictures for the end of my video, I'm going to lay my ruler on these 3 lengths of chain right there, so that if any of you want to try making this necklace, or you're making along with me, I will give you the measurements. But honestly, I laid my full length of chain out and made those cuts just by guesstimating what would be pretty. I didn't really, it's not a very scientific measurement, but I will tell you what I came up with, because you could make adjustments, in the length of those 3 chains if you wanted to change up the lines of this design a little bit. The way I decided on these 3 lengths was I wanted this part here, the chain, to be just below the collarbone. So I just kind of guesstimated. I tend to make my jewelry that way, but this is really, really fun. I'm going to do this for a right-handed person, because I'm right-handed, and so I'm going to put my, it's opposite on the camera, but I'm going to put my little ring on this side and my lobster claw on this side. And like I said, you could put a toggle on this, and the one that came in the box was absolutely beautiful, but I have plans for a second necklace and a bracelet, and I really want to save that beautiful clasp. It's just something I really love, and as I said, when the box extras become available on the website, it is something I will be ordering more of. So this beautiful little necklace, as gorgeous as it is finished. It's just stunning, and it's so simple and so elegant, and any level, really, any level. If you can make a simple loop, and if you can open and close a jump ring, you can totally make this necklace. So let me just grab my ruler as promised, and kind of give you a measurement on these chains. So the longest one, the one that goes from the, how will I call it? I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of, I chose 6 of those bead sections, those in my pattern. And so in between the first and second one is where I place that first chain, and it is exactly 2 inches long. And then the next pattern up, the next chain is attached in between, and it is about 1.5 inches. And I think I did these two almost exactly the same. Nope, 1.25 inches. So 2 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. If you want to go by my measurements and, you know, get the same look that I have here. So let me put this on my mannequin and take some pictures, and I will put those up at the end of the video. Clean off my work mat. This is definitely a necklace that is difficult to see on the mat. So I am really grateful that you chose to watch my video today, and I encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you have not. It is free and it doesn't obligate you to anything, and it really helps support my work. And I will be back with another bargain bead box video for this month of February with these gorgeous colors. And I thank you all again. I hope you're having fun on your beading mats, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, jewelry makers.